Hello. Okay. Hey y'all, hey people, welcome back to another video. This is part 2 of how to go vegan, a vegan guide for beginners, my personal experiences, the pros, the cons of being plant-based. The first video was really detailed. This video won't be as much like information driven just because it's more of my personal experiences and disadvantages and advantages from my perspectives of being a vegan. So if you're interested, stay tuned for that. But do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, because I don't know why I be watching and then you don't be subscribing. Subscribe to my channel and let's just get into it. Once again, I have my phone for like notes and stuff. After doing all of your research and you find that you actually do want to be vegan or start pacing yourself slowly to being plant-based, I would say start with one group of food first. Don't go vegan overnight because it really truly does not work for everybody. I just had a lot of discipline to do it because I was absolutely disgusted with everything. So start with one group of food first. Start with dairy, or start with your protein, your meat, your fish or whatever. Start with one group of food first and then slowly transition into other groups of food that are plant-based. Especially with snacks too. I find that some people think it's really hard to find vegan snacks or just plant-based like chips and stuff that don't have dairy in them. So you definitely want to look into any type of like candy or snack that you already eat now. Look for a variety of that. There's so many different alternatives for everything, like literally in the world that's plant-based. Like everything you can imagine, there's something vegan out there for you. It won't taste exactly the same just because there are different ingredients. It is produced a certain way, it is made in a different facility, it is made healthier. Like I thought a struggle for me was gonna be Snickers, like Snickers and Twix, because I just absolutely love chocolate and it has a lot of dairy in it. Now I really don't eat any kind of chocolate at all. I think it's Kit Kat, or I can't remember, I'm pretty sure Kit Kat or like Twix, like one of those like candy bar companies came out with a vegan chocolate bar. So I'll just put it up on the screen because I can't remember it right now and I want to try it, and I'm pretty sure I can find it at like Target, but I just haven't been yet. Yeah, I thought I wouldn't be able to survive without candy, because not even that I ate it a whole lot, but it was just still something that I like to chew on. Now as far as candies go, yeah, I eat a lot of Skittles because they don't have gelatin in them. So I'll just put what gelatin is on the screen and how you can always find it. Basically, gelatin is like the boiling of different sediments of animal skin. Gelatin is found in so many things, especially candy, for roll-ups, like any type of like sweet, savory snack or dessert, gelatin is in it. And even certain stores or gas stations that you go to, some of them do have like a health market or health side of just like plant-based foods and stuff, depending on what gas station you go to. I know when I was in Minnesota there were plenty of them, like the Casey's gas stations, or even like going to Hy-Vee, even though that's a grocery mart, they still had dedicated areas of plant-based items. So I wanted to talk about like my first 3 weeks being vegan, how my body reacted to the plant-based diet. I'm only going to call it, or I'm only referring to it as a diet because that's what my body thought I was doing. Anytime your body is going into a new transition and you're trying out new food and you go a certain amount of time without eating meat or eating whatever product that you're used to eating, your body's trying to figure out what it's doing. Not that I had a really bad time with what my body was trying to figure out, but my first 3 weeks were just uncomfortable. I'll say that only because my stomach would make certain noises, with the fact that I had done a keto diet before and I didn't do it the healthiest way. Let's just say my body was reacting to the same way it did when I went keto, which wasn't the best. It was just very uncomfortable. There's a connotation that people believe that you can't eat junk food as vegan. I don't know who these people are. Everything that y'all eat, we eat just plant-based, but it is also, it could be unhealthy. For an example, vegan chicken nuggets, sweet potato fries, vegan chocolate cake. Like, you don't have to be eating healthy every single time. I eat healthy a lot in general, like without trying to. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I don't eat a whole lot of like vegan ice cream. There's vegan ice cream and that's unhealthy for you, even though there's no dairy in it. It's coconut milk or almond milk. You also have like vegan hot chips or vegan friendly hot chips. People just don't think that we can eat unhealthy, and we can. Also, there's a misconception that you can only get your protein from eating greens as vegan. This is absolutely false. I'm gonna put up another screenshot of a picture of just the sources of protein and how much you can get from one source of like seed or almond nut compared to an actual piece of broccoli or spinach. You get most of your proteins from seeds and nuts, and it is absolutely false that you get most of them from eating like collard greens or like, I don't know, kale and string beans all day. Another thing I didn't realize I needed when I stopped eating meat right away was getting my vitamin B12. So of course, being plant-based, you have to take this supplement. A lot of people take other supplements like for hair, skin, and nails. I didn't start taking vitamin B12 until maybe like a month and a half of me being vegan. Like I noticed that I was not as tired, like not too tired, but I was still tired in a way that I needed B12. No matter what diet you're on or whatever lifestyle you're on, everybody needs B12. Like even animals, the animals that you eat, they are being fed B12. Animals are just the middlemen to giving us the B12 that we need because of the B12 that they take. So now I'm gonna start off with the cons and pros of my last 2 years of being vegan. I'll start with the cons first. So looking at menus before going out to eat, especially when I lived in Fargo, North Dakota, there weren't too many places where I could even really go that had plant-based options besides a damn salad, because I'm not about to be paying $20 for a salad anymore. Like I might as well just stay at home and eat the salad that I bought from Walmart. Like it's just so pointless of even going out. So depending on where you live or wherever you vacation to, looking up the menus before you go, because when you get there, you're screwed. You're basically screwed and just gonna have to drink water. And I don't know why some restaurants do this, but they charge more for adding tofu or tempeh to a dish, which is just so annoying. It's like, wow. I feel like you're discriminating against me because I'm like wanting to be healthier, or just because, you know, I don't eat meat or anything, even though that's not the case. But I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to me why some restaurants charge more for adding tofu or tempeh. Road tripping, okay, this absolutely sucks because anytime like you're road tripping, you can't necessarily stop at any gas station. Same thing that I mentioned earlier, if you just know the area that you're going to be in, that it's always nice to know to carry some snacks with you, because you can't just bring fruit and vegetables like while you're out on the road for like a couple of hours. Just packing a personal bag. Same thing with going to people's parties, especially if you are the only vegan that's going to be there and they forgot to include like, you know, some plant-based options. That is a headache within itself, because basically you at the function starving and the only thing you can drink is water and probably some pretzels. That was my con when I first started out, because I couldn't eat the food that was there. Like I couldn't eat the food like everybody else. I had to go like pick up Chipotle before going, but now I'm used to it. Unless people know that I'm coming and they expect me to come, then they do have options for me, but that could be like a real disadvantage for just being vegan. Buying fresh produce every so often. I used to grocery shop every 2 weeks and be able to meal prep effectively when I wasn't vegan, so I thought that I could do the same thing. But when it comes to like keeping fruit in your fridge for like longer than 6 days, and that's just so annoying because I eat fruit every day. So now I just grocery shop every week, which is also annoying because I do not like grocery shopping. I used to hate it, but now I just don't like it and I still have to go. When it comes to cooking, no one ever taught me how to cook. I never had any interest in learning how to cook because I don't like cooking. I don't mind it now. It did get a lot better like since graduating college, and you know, nobody else was cooking for me. That was the main thing I enjoyed about being in college, was that the food was always ready. I've already mentioned this briefly. It's just having to read the ingredients on a package or like a box or something before buying it. That's just really annoying, because For the first 2-3 months, I was walking down every aisle, picking up something, like reading it word from word just to make sure that I could eat it. And that just took me longer being in a grocery store. So that was my biggest con. But now that I can just like look for certain labels, whether it's certified vegan or not, then I'm good to go. Double checking with restaurants to make sure that they have vegan options. This is annoying only because on their menus they'll have like certain logos that says that, you know, it's vegan friendly, it's vegetarian, this and that. And it kind of baffles me how some restaurants or some people that I used to talk to when I would call the restaurant and be like, I just wanted to ask you about so and so that's on the menu, like what is in it, because it says that it's like vegan but made with ... And a lot of people wouldn't even know the difference between vegan and vegetarian, and they would say, oh, it's made with milk and this and this. And I would tell them that, okay, well, it's not vegan because it has milk in it. And then they go, yes it is. I'm like, no, vegan means like no animal-based product. I don't like it when people do that. I don't like it when restaurants do that. Let's get to the pros. Vegans live longer. That's a fact. By the virtue of the plant-based diet, it is low in saturated fats. Vegans are less prone to obesity. We have lower blood pressure, and lower cholesterol. We don't have heart attacks as much. And if you're more curious or just want to know and learn more about the advantages internal health wise about being vegan and plant-based, you can just look them up. It would just take me forever to put all the sources into this video because there's already so much as it is, and there are more videos that talk about it on YouTube as well. So being vegan promotes weight loss. I'm not saying that I lost a lot of weight within the first 2 weeks of me being vegan. I lost weight over time. Stress helped too. Being vegan manages diabetes by lowering your A1C levels, and also veganism is just more environmentally sustainable. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this briefly in the first video about how much water it takes to produce meat. There is no secret that it takes 1,600 gallons of water to produce a single pound of beef. Just 1 pound of beef. With that being said, it took me a while to just get a grasp on all of the information that I was learning over time to be more environmentally sustainable and eco-friendly. Going vegan helps conserve water, save energy, reduces pollution and deforestation. Great pro that I noticed right away was the differences between my body and skin, like my skin complexion, with not ever having to eat dairy again. I noticed that within 3 weeks. My skin started to clear up right away, although I was still using the same products. Dairy clogs up your pores, especially with the amount of yogurt that I was eating every day. Yogurt and ice cream, like it just clogs up your pores. Those are all of my pros and cons and experiences with being vegan. I just want to put a disclaimer out there that even though I'm really passionate about talking about veganism and my lifestyle and my experiences of how I went vegan, how long I've been vegan, I do not ever whatsoever get bothered by somebody who eats meat. My entire family and so many of my friends eat meat. They eat dairy in front of me. I smell it all the time. It does not bother me. I'm not one of those vegans that would cry or humiliate somebody just because they're eating something that I don't eat. I don't give a damn because you're eating a piece of chicken or a steak. Like, do what you gotta do. That does not bother me at all. But some people that are vegan are like that. I never impose my lifestyle or my views on someone because number one, that just makes people uncomfortable. I don't like making people uncomfortable. Unless I don't like you, then I'll make you uncomfortable. But usually I don't even ever tell people that I am vegan unless we're just talking about food or making plans to go somewhere and do something. I'm like, oh, I'm vegan. Or if someone is just really curious about, you know, the vegan lifestyle, then I will let them know. I will inform them on things that they want to know with boundaries, because some people just don't want to be grossed out by certain things. And I always respect people. And if they want to know, they'll ask me and I'll tell them. But I usually don't ever bring stuff up unless somebody asks me. Now, on the other hand, if somebody is wanting to challenge me on my beliefs, or if they're wanting to start a debate with me over being vegan and the plant-based lifestyle in general, then that's another story. Then I would definitely educate them, inform them, beat their ass verbally, and tell them how wrong they are. If you also feel that you are being judged for being vegan, don't care what people think. What other people think about you is none of your business. You're gonna do what you wanna do for your own health, for your own safety, and what you like to eat. And that is pretty much it. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and just stay tuned for more videos.
Sorry for you, keeping me waiting, no hesitating. I ain't like them, none of them fake.